Hi, everyone. This is Mark Midyett with the Midyett DuToit team at Keller Williams Realty Select in Lakewood Ranch. This is our continuing business-to-business series where we sit down with our business partners. I'm here with Andrea Ohmes. Actually, I'm not here with her. We're Zooming as we do in this new day and age with Valiant Insurance Group. She's one of our valued partners that we send our customers to when they're looking to fulfill their insurance needs. And we're going to learn a little bit about our business today. So Andrea, why don't you share with us a little bit about yourself and your company?
Yeah, I have been in insurance for 11 years. The current agency I'm with is the last 3 years. And prior to that, I actually owned my own agency. And I have lived in Florida my entire life. So I am a true born Floridian.
You're the
So
one.
yeah, I know. Very rare. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm here.
All right.
So yeah, I've seen a lot of everyone's, a huge concern is always hurricanes. And I've seen every hurricane since, I'm not going to date myself, but since the 80s, early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
That's hit our state for sure.
Okay. Neat. So what about Valiant? How long have you guys been around, and what types of insurance do you write? How many people do you help? That sort of thing.
Yeah, sure. Valiant Insurance has been in business as Valiant for 3 years. And the two owners and myself used to work together at my previous agency for 8 years prior to that. So we've had a lot of experience working together, and we sell all kinds of lines of insurance. So home, flood, auto, umbrella, motorcycle, boat, you name it, we probably can insure it or find a way to insure it for sure. So even commercial business and commercial properties. So, we like to make sure we focus on just helping everyone as an individual, because everyone's needs are a little bit different. So we focus on the person themselves and what their needs might be, because they are different from everybody else. So we try to make sure that we know what everyone needs and educate them and what they potentially could need on top of whatever insurance they currently have.
So it sounds like you guys are an independent brokerage as opposed to some of the other kind of ones that only deal with one company. What's that
Correct.
mean to be an independent broker?
Yeah, independent versus captive agents. So sometimes captive agents are some companies that will only have one company that they can write. We can dip our fingers into 25 standard home insurance companies. We have 15 more what's called E&S markets. So it's if your home or your business or your auto doesn't fall under like a standard market company, we have other options available. And then we have about 10 auto companies and all kinds of other little companies at our fingertips. So it kind of gives the benefit to our clients, because we're going to give them the best rate possible, because we want them to be happy with us and tell all their friends about us, versus trying to just sell one company and potentially, we don't have to cut coverages unless it's something that the client wants. So it gives us the ability to really, reach out and usually get the best rate possible for our clients.
That's great. What drew you to the insurance business?
Oh, honestly, I fell into it. I had never dreamed about being an insurance agent, and I was looking to change careers, because prior to this I was actually a marine biologist, and so I was looking
Wow.
yeah, right, that's actually how I met Callie. Is she was one of our volunteers at Moat. I was looking for something that might be a little more stable and not quite as a 24/7 hour job to raise a family with. So I had a friend who said, hey, I know somebody who's looking for a little help in their office, if you're willing to maybe work a normal 9 to 5 job. And I said, sure. And that was 11 years ago. And next thing I know, about 2 months later, I was an agent. And ever since then, I've been working in the insurance business. And I love it, which is weird, but I do.
Well, it takes all kinds, I guess. So
That's right.
we'll leave it at that. What's the one thing you think your customers would say about your organization?
We're usually pretty available, and that's sometimes hard to find, is that you get to talk to a person versus a machine, because a lot of people nowadays, it's very easy to call a business and you immediately go to a queue or an answering service that sends you to someone. But we always try to answer the phone, even if it's not for our particular client. Everyone tries to help out the best we can to be able to be reachable, because sometimes, especially insurance, if you have a claim or something happens, you want to be able to talk to somebody versus a machine. So I would say that that's probably our biggest and strongest asset that we try to offer to our clients.
Okay. What do you think the biggest concerns are for homeowners these days around insurance?
Oh my, where do I start? Well, the problem is insurance companies are constantly changing their underwriting guidelines, which means, a company that would have accepted a roof up to 20 years is now saying, well, we're only going to accept a roof if it's up to 10. And so roofs, like, you always want to look at the 4 major points, just like when you're buying a home: your roof, your AC and heating, your electrical, and your plumbing. So those are the 4 major issues that when you're talking about buying a home or insuring a home, that insurance companies are really focused on and kind of cutting back. So having so many companies at our fingertips really does give us the opportunity to mostly be able to find a company to help people find insurance, but, kind of narrow it down to potentially, sometimes people call around, they're like, everyone tells me that I can't insure my home. And I'm like, well, let's look at it. There might be a way around this that we can get it insured, especially when you're purchasing a home. It would really stink if you found your dream home and then all of a sudden you can't buy it because you can't insure it. So we try our best to think outside the box and really help everyone the best we can.
When helping a buyer on that side, it does stink when that happens.
I know, it's terrible. I couldn't imagine.
Do you see any big changes in the insurance industry in the near future?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Roofs are a big issue. One of the big issues right now that insurance companies are dealing with is fraud, and that's stemming to the assignment of benefits. Wherein people have a claim or something's going on, contractors are having homeowners sign these contracts called an assignment of benefits. And what they don't realize is when you sign that, you're assigning all the benefits from your claim directly to a contractor. So you won't see a check. So if this contractor tells you, oh, we'll do this and that, and then you sign this form and they're doing all the talking to the insurance company for you, what you don't realize is they start raising the price of everything. And when you do that, unfortunately, it starts to become an insurance fraud problem. And so companies are paying out large increases in claims, which means guess who ends up getting to see that on the back end is us as the consumer. With our home insurance, is we end up seeing these large rate increases. And right now, that's a big thing from the last 3 years. That homeowners are dealing with are these large rate increases. And from what we've been told, that's going to kind of continue throughout the year. And they're trying to push some legislature up in Tallahassee to cap that, because it's getting to the point that you can buy a home and you can have a great mortgage rate, but then all the insurance comes in and messes that up because it's much higher than what you expected when you went through your pre-approval or when you were figuring out what your escrow would have been for your mortgage.
Okay, interesting. Well, we want to limit our time on this, so I have just one last question. When you go to the beach, what are the 4 things you always take with you?
Oh, that's a great question. One is my carriage. I have a 4-year-old, so if dragging all of the stuff that he wants to bring with us, and it's always everything, I always have to have my carriage, my sunshade, because as you see, I lack pigmentation. So being that person that burns every time I go to the beach, I have to have my shade. I always like a bottle of water and a bottle of wine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I knew there's a reason we like doing business with you.
Yeah. I like to have fun.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day and letting our audience figure out a little bit about who we work with. And it's been fun, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
Bye.